What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm here today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 1 Retro Low OG in this dark powder blue colorway. So this is my latest Air Jordan 1 pickup, which is the low top version in this dark powder blue colorway. I managed to grab my pair online through Size in the UK, and they dropped in Europe on July 28th, along with the Nike Canada website, for a price of 180 Canadian dollars. In the US, they should be retailing for a price of probably 130 US dollars. So the official colorway for this shoe is dark powder blue, white and black, and this is the latest colorway of the Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, which Nike and Jordan Brand have been pumping out quite a bit throughout this year. So diving straight into the details, on the toe box, this is covered in the smooth white colored leather. Just like all your other Air Jordan 1s, it has this perforated finish across it, and to the touch, this leather feels okay. It's definitely not a great leather, but I've definitely seen worse quality leather on a Jordan release in the past. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a much softer black colored leather, which feels very nice to the touch. And the same black leather covers the eyelets of the shoe as well. Beneath this, we have more of that same white leather, and overlaid on top of this, we have a black leather swoosh. And for some reason, maybe it's for cost control, but the black leather on the swoosh specifically is noticeably a worse quality leather compared to the black leather on the toe box. It's also not as shiny, so it has a bit more of a matte sort of look. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have this dark powder blue colored leather, which I gotta say was probably the worst leather that they used on this shoe. It's much more of a stiffer and more of a plastic or synthetic feel to it, which was a little bit disappointing. Stamped on the very top of the heel, we have the Air Jordan Wings logo, which is pressed on in the shiny black finish. In terms of laces, so these come standard with these flat black colored laces, but they also give you a secondary pair of blue colored laces, and very interestingly, instead of the normal clear Ziploc bags, the laces come in this cardboard pack, which according to Nike is their push for sustainability. Underneath the laces, we have your traditional black colored nylon tongue, and at the very top we have this Nike Air tag in blue. And this tongue, just like all your other Air Jordan 1 lows, is quite thin. The interior of the shoe is lined in this black colored mesh material, and it's pretty thinly padded all around. As for the insoles, so these come with a polyurethane insole instead of your standard foam. It's lined in a white colored textile on top, and we have Nike Air branding stamped on the heel in powder blue. So the upper of these Jordan 1s sits atop this white colored solid rubber cup sole, and then encased within the midsole but not visible to the eye, there is a Nike Airsole unit for cushioning and impact protection. And then finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, this is just your standard Air Jordan 1 outsole. So of course this is constructed in a powder blue colored rubber. We have the same circular pivot point on the forefoot, along with the Nike logo right in the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair, and for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other Air Jordan 1 Low OGs, so I personally prefer to stick true to size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a size 10 and they fit me well in a nice, slightly roomy way. The width of the shoe is absolutely perfect for my wider feet, but the length of the shoe has just over a finger's width between the edge of the shoe and the top of my toe. So I know a lot of people that have more of a narrow foot, they opt to go a half size down sometimes in these Jordan 1 lows, but your mileage may vary. It really depends on how you like your shoes to fit. If you don't have wide feet and you like more of that snug one-to-one fit, then you can probably get away with half size down. Otherwise, to play it safe, true to size is perfectly fine as well. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Jordan 1, but of course this being a low top, the benefit of that is that there's a bit more ankle mobility, and there's obviously a reduction in weight of the shoe as well. Aside from that though, the underfoot feeling is pretty much identical. It feels pretty firm and flat to the ground. There's not too much from a softness and step-in comfort perspective. Even though they utilized a polyurethane insole, I honestly can't really feel that much of a difference. However, for just an everyday casual use shoe, Jordan 1s are probably near the top of most people's lists, so this is going to be a great shoe for that purpose. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so I kind of touched upon this throughout the beginning of the review, but the materials were a little bit of a mixed bag. Like I mentioned earlier, this black leather on the toe box felt very nice to the touch, the white leather was pretty average, and the blue leather on the back was pretty poor. So I guess that averages out to being average, and in terms of the overall build and the craftsmanship, I didn't notice any major issues with this pair. The panels seemed consistent, the stitch job was pretty decent as well, so no real complaints from that perspective.